Mr.FalconPunch!
Hello everyone, it is your favorite kind of punch, Mr. Falcon Punch 996, the underrated king, back to bring you guys another new video. And also, I'm freaking back. I took a vacation. It was gone longer than I thought it was going to be, since I was gone for like 9 days. But now I am freaking back. I got back last night. I wanted to make this video last night, but I was really, kind of tired. Plus, I had a lot of things to catch up on. I had some school things to do really quickly. And then, I had like a whole week's worth of manga chapters, anime episodes, and YouTube videos to read and watch. So yeah, obviously last night I was pretty damn busy, but I'm back and I'm making this video. And in this video, I'm just gonna say I'm back and my vacation was awesome. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, how my vacation went, stuff that went down without getting too in depth, because I don't wanna make this video too long. And also show you the things I got during my vacation. So yeah, let's officially begin this new video. So yeah, let's go start this video. And before I tell you guys how my vacation was, allow me to tell you guys where I went to vacation, since I didn't really tell that many people where I went off to vacation. And where I went to vacation to was none other than the country where my dad was born, and that country was none other than Iran. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be saying, holy shit, Iran, terrorist country, shit like that. Well, shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up, or I'm going to Falcon punch you in the face. And yes, even though, yes, I am half Persian, going into Iran, I was a teeny bit scared. Obviously I wasn't expecting, terrorist shit, but, the images that the media produces for Iran is a bit scary, and I know, the media kind of makes that kind of stuff happen for the Middle East, because, I live in the Middle East, and I'm half Middle Eastern, and I know the Middle East isn't as bad as the media makes it out to be, but it's still there in the back of your head, and you always think for the worst. But I'm here to tell you guys that even though the government in Iran is shitty, the country itself is very awesome and very beautiful, and I had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have. And in fact, I'll probably say my vacation to Iran is probably like the best vacation I've ever had, and I was only there for 9 days, and it was just one hell of a vacation. Sorry about that, my phone rung, and yeah, I'm not going to edit that shit out because fuck it, I'm Mr. Falcon Punch 996, that's why. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The vacation was awesome. The history there is just so great, and it's the shame that the Iranian government is trying to hide a lot of the country's past, since the past to Iran is just a very amazing past, full of just great rises, but sadly some dramatic falls, because Iran as a whole has had many great rises, but sadly a lot of falls, since back then Iran was like probably like one of the biggest empires out there, a long time ago, back when it was called Persia. It was like one of the biggest empires in the world. It was like it stretched out across the Middle East and some parts of Europe, through India, and I think bits and pieces of Africa, and that's how big Persia originally was. But as time went on, Persia quickly became smaller and smaller and smaller until the size it is today. But the history there is just so amazing. The food is obviously great, and the desserts are fucking amazing. Iranian sweets are just the freaking shit, and not the stinky shit, the fucking good shit. And besides the history, the architecture there is very amazing. I mean, I'm not someone who's too overly crazy about architecture, but damn, the stuff they had there. They had these ruins, and these ruins have been around since like 2,500 years. Like, they've been around that long, and they're still standing. I mean, granted, they have been broken since, due to many wars, they've been taken down. They're burned down. People went in and, took everything that was in those castles, and, many earthquakes happen in severe weather, but still, many of the pillars and walls still stand, and that's very amazing for something that's been around for like such a freaking long time. And just many of the architecture things they have there is amazing. Like, there's this one place where if you stand in the exact middle of the building and just, talk, your voice will echo around the whole entire building. And it wasn't a small place, it was a pretty big place, and your voice will echo exactly 7 times. And again, this was like thousands and thousands of years ago. And yet these people managed to make all these great buildings. And even found out, due to the history there, back then they actually made the first ever like pulleys and sewers and stuff like that. And there was actually an old king in Iran, or Persia, an old king, and he was actually the first person to ever make something such as like a Bill of Rights, with equality for everyone, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion, and equality among men and women. And even like one of them even made like social security, and this was like way back then. So imagine these things that we take for granted then, and we only thought started in America or something, happened like many years ago back in Persia or Iran. And that was just some mind-blowing shit. But sadly, before Persia could actually take the credit for that kind of stuff, stuff happened, wars happened and shit like that, and the government slowly started getting worse and worse. So Iran kind of has that negative stereotype, but I'm here to tell you, Iran's one hell of a country. Don't judge it for what the media tells you. It's an awesome country. Fuck the media, and fuck you if you think Iran's a terrorist country. But yeah, Iran, fucking awesome. I don't want to get too in depth, even though I really want to. I just want to explain everything that happened there, but I don't want to because that the video will be like an hour long, like maybe even more. So if you want to know more about Iran, just inbox me or Skype me, and I'll tell you more about it. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys what I got when I was in Iran. And yeah, I got many things. I mean, I have a couple things down here and over there, and a couple souvenirs I bought for some friends. But I'm not going to show you everything I got, since like other things I got some like food, like some Persian sweets and like dried fruit, and then I got like a couple other books and like picture frames. But those are either too big to bring into my room, or it would look really weird to my parents if I started bringing all those things to my room. So I'm only going to show you a couple of the things I got. But first off, we're going to start off with the souvenirs I got from my friends. And first off, we got these two handicraft boxes for two of my friends. And yeah, these were pretty cool. The cool thing about them is that they're handmade. And what's really cool is the person who made these boxes, okay? The person that made these boxes is like a 12-year-old kid. And not only did he make these boxes, he was running the store that made these boxes. Like, he had like an entire store made of these little boxes and stuff like that. And that's some cool shit. I mean, a 12-year-old's doing all that shit. I mean, back when I was 12-year-old, I could not do that shit. And then also for a couple of my other friends, I got some like Iranian knives. Like, the boxes say it's made in China, but it's not made in China. It was made in Iran, so I don't know why the boxes say made in China, since I saw the guy make the knife himself. So maybe the boxes are made in China. But yeah, these are Iranian knives. Not sure if you could see it. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool. Knife's pretty awesome. I kind of wish I bought one for myself. And let's open it up. Yeah, man, opening a knife, I feel like a badass. But look at this. This is pretty damn cool. Like, I really wish I got one for myself. And the detail on it's pretty good. Like, it has like this either camel or horse face on it. Pretty fucking awesome. And I don't know why, when I pull out this knife, it makes me feel like Alibaba from Maggie, because like Alibaba, he kind of has this knife. Like, I don't know, I feel like if I do this, like Amon's gonna come out and there's gonna be fire or like, I don't know. Maybe I've just been reading too much anime and manga, but well, you can't read anime, but yeah, this is pretty fucking cool. Like, this is some legit shit. I know my friends are really going to enjoy this, especially one of my friends, because like he has a freaking knife collection. So I'm pretty sure, adding an Iranian knife to his collection will be freaking beastly. So yeah, that's what I got for my friends. And now we're going to get to the stuff I got for myself. And first off, I got this. This is like a statue of this like ancient painting they had in like one of these cities in Iran. I think it was called Persepolis, which is like one of the like oldest cities in the world. And that was one of the places I was telling you about that's been around for like 2,500 years, and bits and pieces of it are still standing. And yeah, this is like one of the paintings for it, and it's pretty symbolic. Like the lion, like there's two meanings to it. The lion represents summer and spring, and the ox represents, fall and winter. And you know how the seasons change. You know, when spring and summer comes, the lion jumps on the ox, which represents the winter and fall, and jumps on the ox and tells him to move. And the ox turns his neck around and say, okay, since it's getting hot, I don't have time to fight with you, so I'll leave, but I'll have you know I'll come back next year. And that's why the lion's only biting, you know, his behind right here. And it also means that, you know, the lion represents the positive and the good, and the ox represents the negative and the sick. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Glad I got one for myself. It's pretty awesome, pretty freaking awesome. I mean, it's not as good as the real thing. The real thing's huge, and even though the real thing is kind of faded, like they have these books that show you how it could have looked way back then, and it looks freaking beastly. I mean, shit, the things they did 2,500 years ago is shit that took other countries like many centuries to do. And Iran or Persia at the time just like did it like freaking beasts. But you know, sadly, we don't get the fucking credit for it. And yeah, it's kind of not our fault because, you know, we were wiped out before we could do it and we became like a smaller country. But still, man, shit. You know, being Iranian for the win, or half Iranian in my case. And now we're going to move on to other things. Got this DVD thing. DVD thing. Not the most detailed, but it opens up. This is for one of the cities in Iran. Esfahan, I think. Well, I don't know if it's a city. I'm so confused in Iran if they call it cities or if it's a state or whatever it's called. But this is for one of the cities, Esfahan. And yeah, the DVD's in both Farsi, you know, the Persian language, and English. And yeah, this is a pretty beastly artwork. And yeah, I'm looking forward to read it since it tells you all the buildings and stuff that was in Iran. So yeah, looking forward to watch this. Then I got another DVD, and this is for the Persepolis, the one I was telling you about with the lion and everything, like the old kingdom. And yeah, definitely looking forward to this because I mean, this place was like looked amazing and it was in ruins. Like, and this DVD shows you how it could have looked using like, you know, animation and everything like that. And yeah, Persepolis for the freaking win. Okay, like if you like history, architecture, and all that shit, you know, learn some Iranian history. Like it's some deep stuff. Like your mind will be blown. Okay, like seriously. Anyways. We got another book for this small little town we passed by. I forgot what it was called, but it's a small little town, and this old lady gave us the book for like 50 cents. And like a lot of the pictures, like these two old ladies, we actually saw them. Like all these people in this book, we actually like saw them. And yeah, it's a pretty good book. The place was pretty cool too. You know, it was a small little village, you know, 500 people lived there. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Oh, here's the English version, because this is the Persian version. This is the English version of the book I just showed you. So, yeah, this one I could understand since I don't read Farsi. And, yeah, I'm not sure if you guys could see it. I hope you guys could see it. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to, like, Falcon slap myself in the face. I don't want to Falcon punch myself because that would hurt as hell. But yeah. And then we got this. This is a book from a very famous Persian poet known as Hafiz. And yeah, so I got his books because I like poetry. I'm actually a poet myself, and he is, you know, widely respected in Iranian culture and even throughout the world as a poet, since his poems were just really good, and the pages are pretty cool, and like they come with paintings. And yeah, Hafiz is really cool, and his poems for some reason actually can like predict the future in ways. Like I forgot how they do it. Like you just open like a random page for some reason, and it could help explain something. Like I forgot exactly how it was because like it was like a lengthy process of how they like predict the fortunes and everything like that. But they actually predicted many like future events in these poems. And Hafiz himself, he's a man who was very close to God and religion and everything. And he was like one of the first poets of his time, and I think still one of the first poets today to like link his poetry to the relationship between mankind and the heavens. And yeah, his poems are pretty good, and I got my fortune read by this one guy who manages to read the fortune from the poems. And my fortune was, I will have some hardships in my life, but my life will be very successful and I will be very rich. And there will be a point in time where everything I touch will be gold, you know, figuratively speaking, which is pretty good since I want to be a filmmaker when I grow up. So hearing that is pretty good since, you know, being a filmmaker, everything you touch being gold, you know, that's some good shit. And it also makes sense because being a filmmaker, you will suffer some hardships. So the fortune does make sense. And it says I will have a wife and I have a son and daughter, which is kind of creepy in a way because before I even met that guy, I was thinking of having kids in the future because I like kids, not in a pedophile way, but I like kids because I like taking care of my brothers and everything like that. Not a pedophile way, but in like a Mifune from like Soul Eater kind of way, you know. And yeah, I was thinking of kids and everything and how I wanted both a son and daughter. So yeah, that was a bit strange because I don't even know this guy. And this guy was predicting like my other family members' fortunes and he was like spot on. But even though this guy's fortunes are like 90% accurate at the time, I'm not going to put total faith into it because it's a fortune from a guy who's reading a book and he's reading a book from a poet from like 2,000 years ago. So yeah, the guy's not God. He's not going to know what's going to happen in the future, but still 90% accuracy. That's some good shit. But yeah, Hafiz. Haven't read any of the poems yet, but all I can say is Hafiz for the win. I mean, this guy is like 2,000 years old and he's still respected today. That's some good shit, you know, bringing on that, you know, Persian Iranian pride, you know, fuck yeah, Hafiz. And also got the Persian version of the book. Persian version. This one's for my dad, most likely. And yeah, put this back in the box. Uh-oh. Hold on. This video is going to be long, isn't it? Oh, shit. Hold on, I'm having... Okay, there we go. We got it back in the box. And the last thing I got, and this one has not been opened yet. Yeah, it hasn't been opened. This is like a huge DVD book combo pack for the Persian Polis thing I was telling you about. And this is how it could have looked. I mean, look at that. That is amazing. Like, look at this shit. And this city, again, it was like 2,000 years ago, and it had its own sewage system. I mean, like fuck. You know, Persepolis, man. Yeah. You know, some good shit. But, you know, then Alexander the Great came and then, you know, he destroyed the place. But, yeah, Persepolis for the win, motherfucker. But, yeah, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'm Mr. Falcon Punch 996. You know, I haven't said that in a long time, but I'm Mr. Falcon Punch 996, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and YouTube's #1 Dorohedoro fanboy. And, you know, I'm going to be signing off and doing that kind of shit. So I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as stop your stupid stereotypes of Iran. It's not that bad, though the government right now is ass cheeks, and the censorship online is just ridiculous. I mean, come on, you're censoring fucking Facebook, YouTube, and like other anime manga websites. Like, what the fuck? But besides all that, Iran for the motherfucking win. Stop your bitch ass stereotypes. And anyways, I'm signing out. Peace off. Peace out. Peace off. Peace out. And again, if you haven't done any of the things I said in this video, you know, I'm gonna Falcon punch you in the face, so you better do it. And I'll see you guys next time. Sorry if this video is a little bit all over the place. You know, I haven't made a video in a while, but you know, peace out.